Hey guys, welcome back to INSITE and welcome back to the Copenhagen Major. We have a special guest, we have Kraghen. You guys, well obviously you played at the Major, but you couldn't get through the elimination stage unfortunately. However, you were playing on the stage eventually. You just played in the Showmatch. Firstly, just talk to me about that Showmatch. Like, how was that? Was it cool playing in front of a home Danish crowd?
Yeah, it was very cool to experience the crowd. As you say, we didn't get to play on the stage in the tournament, so it was a nice kind of bonus to try to feel how the crowd is when sitting in front of them. So yeah, that was a great experience.
Yeah, what was the game was maybe not as showmatchy as some people anticipated. What were you imagining when you went into that game? Like, you're like, okay, we are a team, but were you like, okay, we're gonna troll and shotgun and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, from the start we were like, let's have fun, let's make it kind of enjoyable, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't think the fans are thinking let's see a match, you know. So we made some weird loadouts but I think it's fair enough to say that the other team wanted it a bit more, maybe. I know, but I think also PGL could have done some kind of funny stuff. I think we expected something at least, like let's play a map that's not in the map pool. Yeah. Let's have some kind of game mode. Like I know Blast has done some good ones, and you don't directly copy them, but I think sending us into a just normal match is maybe a bit of a mistake, in terms of entertainment.
Yeah, to be honest, I agree. I think throw a Tuscan, all that kind of jazz. But talking now about the Major, even though you guys obviously didn't get to the playoffs, were you still really happy with your performance and the fact that you were able to get through the opening stage and even just be here in the first place and be the furthest Danish team? Yeah,
I mean, that was really nice. Just making the Major was full crazy for us. We were so happy. It was like our dream already there, right? And from then on we just played and kept on believing. We knew that it would be, kind of as tough as the Armar, and we just pulled the Armar, so we knew that we had a chance going fairly deep into this tournament. And then we played some very good CS, I think, and we came top 14, and me and the guys are really proud of that.
Yeah. Do you think it's also more impressive that you guys are, I think it's still fair to say, slightly inexperienced, especially Salazar? I swear he's only got a year and a half max of HLTV games type thing. Yeah. Do you think and then changing IGL with Manx and Patty, do you think it's even more impressive that you've done all of this while just being very experienced and also not having the biggest of fundings as well?
Of course. One thing I noticed, or I thought about, is that we were one of the teams where all of us, it was our first Major, right? It's not, okay, we have some guy with a lot of experience, he knows how it is and so on. So that caught my eye a bit, and I just think it's really nice that we, as a group of friends, a group of guys who like to be with each other, just made this achievement at the Major, and we exceeded our expectations, and that was very nice.
Does it also feel better that a lot of you guys have been together for a long time? I'm pretty sure the core, I know it's changed a little bit over the years, but you have pretty much stayed from Masonic, Ecstatic, and you kind of had majority of the time the exact same players. Is that also, you guys came here, as you said, a group of friends? Yeah,
I think it's a point that people don't really recognize that much, because you think, oh, it's just 5 guys, but as you say, me and Queenix has been playing since forever, it feels like, and I think apart from Paddy, we have a year or so, the 4, if I'm not mistaken, and we have maybe a year and 4 months, me, Salazar, and Queenix. Yeah. So I think that's a point that people don't realize that much, and I think that's one of the things that boosted us getting some of these results.
Yeah. With your mentality of how a team should be built, do you believe that you guys have to be friends? Do you believe that you have to get on outside the server to be a good team?
Yeah, I would say definitely. Yeah. And I know for some teams that it's hard, also because you need someone who's also filling in the spots in game and so on. So it can be hard, but I think it's one of the things we have really done good with, like that we really connect and we really enjoy spending time together. Like at this major, we had a bootcamp before, and I think we were like out, away from home for like maybe 12 days in a row. And if you're doing that and you're not like enjoying spending time with the others, I think it's going to be rough for you. And so on. So yeah, I think that's a really good thing for us.
Yeah. Do you guys actually get the like? Do you guys actually get the chance to boot camp that often?
No, not so much. I would say, but we had an agreement with Astralis Nexus at Netcafé before the major, so we used that, and then we had a practice day or two on the media day, which was also a kind of a boot camp because we were together.
A little bit, yeah.
So we used that a bit, and so in general not as much, but I think it was a good thing coming into the major.
Okay, and so in this major, obviously you guys were you're the Danish team that made it the furthest. Did you get much support from Denmark, and was that something that was actually quite new to you guys as individuals?
Yeah. I think you're spot on, because I didn't realize, because a lot of people say like, how is it to be the only Danish team? And I'm like, it's nice, but it's not something we think so much about.
Yeah.
But when we played those tight games, like we beat Furia and we made it through to legend stage or elimination stage, people were really supportive on Twitter or X or what you call it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Something.
But like, a lot of people you don't know and a lot of people you don't know who are supporting, and like just because they enjoy Danish CS, they like support us and say how good of a run this is, and that's just so nice for us to feel this support from our home country, also with the major being in Denmark, right?
Yeah.
So that was just really nice and something that I didn't expect as much as it was.
Yeah. Because that's like completely new for you guys. Like from what I spoke to like some of the Danish people, and they were like, in Denmark you're an Astralis fan or you're not an Astralis fan, and you guys aren't really like, you guys haven't played in those tiers that often. Like you've played in challenges, etc. But like, what was it like being new for you guys? Like you're in, like you actually have those fans now. What's that like?
I think this run like made us get fans for the first time, like in some way, because we have some fans beforehand, but like coming into or going so far in the major has made some Danish people realize, okay, this team is also good. Like, I enjoy the way they play. I like this run, and I just think in some way that it helped us a lot. Like being the only Danish team, because we got the recognition that we maybe haven't gotten before.
Yeah. And just speaking about the team, so I mentioned some of those like dream hacks that you were qualified for before, and you had like quite a good year last year, but then you lost Manx, he went to M80 and you replaced him with Patty. What's it actually been like playing with a different IGL? And do you want to talk, because like Ecstatic started with Manx being the IGL the whole time from the start, so it's the first time in this roster you've had a new IGL. Yeah. What was it like transitioning from Manx to Patty, and basically what was that transition like?
At the point, like when we lost Manx, it was a bit rough because we didn't have much possibilities in terms of in-game meters, I would say, and we went with Patty, and it turned out to be very well. We weren't playing as good in the start, and we had to like merge as a team, and also at the time Patty was a really inexperienced caller, I would say, because he had only been calling for like maybe a year in Astralis LM.
Yeah. To be fair, they did very well.
I was about to say they had some really decent results, like in CCT tournaments at the end, and that was also why we thought about him, right? But it's been a bit fun in a way, because like we try to help him develop, and he is trying to develop himself. And I think it's just been a smooth way of everyone chiming in, and like we're like, hey, we like to play this way, and he's like, okay, I like to play maybe this way, and then we've just like gotten on the same wavelength in the months. So it was a bit different, but I think like caller wise, Manx and Patty aren't that different, but like in terms of how aggressive they are and what they like to call it. But
classic Danish IGL.
Yeah.
But talking about change, I remember when I actually spoke to Manx about AWPers in Denmark, he was like, well, there's not many.
Yeah.
And with Salazar, like when he joined your team, it was like, this is an inexperienced guy joining a team that's aiming for something more than he's played before.
Yeah.
What has it been like? Because like obviously it's working now. Like you got the major, so it's worked. But what was it like, kind of progressing him upwards as an AWPer and maybe teaching him some things? And what's he like now than what he was at the start?
I think at the start he was like, as you say, very inexperienced, of course, and that's normal. You know, he has never played for a real team before. I would say before joining us.
I think it was Atlantic, right?
Yeah. And he maybe had like 20 maps on HLTV.
Yeah.
But like he's really skilled, and when he's in the moment, he's really feeling the game. I would say he's really good at clutching, and he's really good at like supporting us other, like in terms of saying I can do this, I can do that. And I think when he has his good games, you can really see that he can like control the server.
Yeah. Okay, that makes perfect sense. And just finally, now you guys have made the major and you've done all this stuff. What are the expectations? I was talking to your coach and he predicts that you guys are going to be like around the top 16 in HLTV ranking. What are your expectations for the rest this year with Ecstatic?
It's going to be weird from now, I think, because now we're going to fall down from the major, and not fall down, but it's finished, and we're going to be like, okay, now we have to have our heads high in the online tournaments, and we'll have to see what we're going to play and what's up. But I think in terms of ranking, I think it's going to be good for us that we're maybe having some like close qualifier invites, and in that way we can keep up the rank and play a lot of good tournaments, I hope. But like expectation-wise, I hope that we can keep the rank as good as possible.
Yeah.
Because I think it's going to be hard from now on to like, let's say we hit number 20 or number 18. I think it's going to be hard to push the limit from here.
Yeah.
So I think like the goal now should be like how well can we keep up this rank and like the way we play and
Yeah, well, that makes perfect sense. And honestly, thank you so much for joining me. It's been a pleasure having you here for the playoffs, and it was really fun watching on the show match. Even though the match wasn't as exciting, I still hope that you enjoyed. The crowd was out in full force, which I thought was quite nice to see, because sometimes show matches don't really get some of the crowds.
Yeah.
But with that, thank you so much, Kraghen, and I'm looking forward to see how you guys do play after you go back online. And with that, thank you very much, everyone who's been watching, and it's another video from Copenhagen done. See you later.
Thank you.